In 1783, a machine beat Benjamin Franklin at chess. It defeated Napoleon Bonaparte. It astonished crowds across Europe and America for over 80 years. They called it the Mechanical Turk, an automaton that could think, strategize, and win. There was just one problem. It was completely fake. Inside the cabinet sat a human chess master, hidden by mirrors and sliding panels, operating the machine from within. The greatest artificial intelligence of the 18th century was just a man in a box. But here's what nobody talks about. Artificial intelligence is still a man in a box. We've just gotten much, much better at hiding it. This is the story of the first artificial intelligence and why it reveals everything about the artificial intelligence we use today. Vienna, 1770. Wolfgang von Kempelen unveils his creation at the court of Empress Maria Theresa. A life-sized figure dressed in Ottoman robes sits behind a wooden cabinet. Kempelen opens the doors one by one. Inside, you can see gears, clockwork, complex mechanisms filling every available space. He lights a candle, holds it inside to prove nothing is hidden, invites spectators to look closely. Then, he closes it up, winds a key, and steps back. The Turk's arm rises. It picks up a piece, makes its opening move, and it wins. Consistently. Against some of the best players in Europe. For 84 years, the Mechanical Turk tours the world. Benjamin Franklin plays it in Paris in 1783. He loses. Napoleon Bonaparte faces it in 1809. When the emperor tries to cheat with an illegal move, the Turk picks up the piece, returns it to its square, and refuses to continue until Napoleon plays properly. Napoleon loses too. Edgar Allan Poe becomes so fascinated, he writes a 14-page essay trying to deduce how it works. When the Turk is first unveiled, the Industrial Revolution isn't even in full swing. The idea of a machine that can think, adapt its strategy, demonstrate intelligence? It's impossible, but nobody can prove it's fake. The operator controlled the Turk's arm through magnets beneath the chessboard. He had a miniature board inside that mirrored the game above, and the operator had to be good, exceptionally good. Some of the best chess players of the era worked as the Turk's operator. Johann Allgaier, William Schlumberger, Jacques Mouret. When the Turk finally burned in a fire in Philadelphia in 1854, several people had already explained the trick in print, but by then it didn't matter. The most interesting part? People actually wanted to believe. This was the age of enlightenment. Automatons were the cutting-edge technology. The idea that a machine could think felt inevitable, as though it were the logical next step. So, when Kempelen showed you the complex, beautiful machinery, your brain filled in the gaps. The trick wasn't just mirrors and sliding seats. The trick was exploiting your own desire to believe in technological progress. Edgar Allan Poe understood this in 1836. He observed that the Turk doesn't make perfect moves. It makes very good moves, but occasionally makes mistakes that no machine would make. The Turk was too good to be a machine, but more importantly, it was too human. It played chess with human imperfection, and that's what made it believable. And that brings us to today. In 2005, Amazon launched a service called Amazon Mechanical Turk. The name was a deliberate reference to the 18th century hoax. It's a platform where companies post small jobs that computers can't do well, identifying objects and images, labeling data, categorizing information. Humans do these jobs, usually for pennies per task. Amazon calls these people Turkers. The work has an official name. Artificial intelligence. But here's what most people don't realize. This isn't just some strange job in the gig economy. This is how modern AI works. Every AI you interact with was trained on data labeled by humans. All of them are continuously refined by human feedback. The cabinet just looks different now. Now, to be fair, modern AI is far more sophisticated than the Mechanical Turk. When used correctly, artificial intelligence can be an extremely powerful tool, And the technology is improving at an exponential rate. Neural networks can process information at speeds no human could match. They can identify patterns across billions of data points. But here's what they can't do. They can't think of anything that isn't already in their training data. Every idea an AI generates is a recombination of ideas that came from human minds. When ChatGPT writes an essay, it's not forming original arguments. It's synthesizing structures and ideas from millions of essays written by humans. When DALL-E creates an image, it's not imagining something new. It's finding statistical patterns in millions of human-created images, then generating pixels that match those patterns. Edgar Allan Poe was right in 1836, and he's still right today. When something performs too human-like, ask whether or not there's actually a human in there. With modern artificial intelligence, the human is in the training data, in the labels, in the feedback, in every book, article, conversation, and image the AI learned from. Modern AI is millions of people in millions of boxes, all connected through statistical machinery that make it look like something new. The Mechanical Turk worked for 84 years, not because the trick was perfect. People suspected the truth the entire time. It worked because everyone had an incentive to maintain the illusion. Kempelen made money. Audiences were entertained, operators got employment, and society got to believe in thinking machines. Modern AI works the same way. Tech companies raise billions, users get convenient tools, data labelers get employment, and society gets to believe we're living in a science fiction future, that artificial general intelligence is near, that the singularity is coming. Maybe the question isn't, will AI become conscious? Maybe it's more like, when will we acknowledge that every AI output is built from human thought? 250 years later, we're still watching the same trick. The cabinet is more sophisticated, the illusion more convincing. But examine any AI system closely enough, and you'll find the same thing. Human thought, human creativity, human judgment. The first AI was a man in a box, and to a certain extent, so is every other AI that came after. We've just gotten much better at hiding it. Please remember to like this video, and if you want more stories about the decisive moments and hidden truths that shape our world, subscribe to Inflection Points. Next time, how one Roman emperor's decision to shave a few grams of silver off his coins set in motion the collapse of the greatest empire in history. Thanks for watching. And the next time someone tells you that artificial intelligence is going to change everything, remember who's really inside the machine.